Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today I wanted to make some little arrangements in these fantastic little containers. So this is really our inspiration for today's design, and they're little antlers with a little fishbowl insert, and I think these are really cute. So this is the type of arrangement you could have just for the odd flower head, or just for having around the house. Or if you were doing like a dinner party or something, you could have these going down a table and do lots of little things in it. So we're going to use these, and I've got three, and because these are kind of Scottishy in feel, I've got some Scottishy feeling materials. So I've got some limonium, I've got some eustoma or lisianthus, obviously thistle, and we've got an allium as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of water into these. Now we don't need a lot. There's two ways that we could do this. We could make little arrangements that would stick out of these, or we can make little arrangements that go inside them. So I'm going to go with the idea of having the arrangement inside. And for our first one then, I'm going to use the allium. And really the easiest thing is just to take the allium and just cut off the top. So it's as simple as that. Just that is the perfect size for going in there. So that's one. For our next one then, let's see what we've got. We've got the thistles. Now, with our thistles, we can take 2 or 3 heads. So I'm really just taking the stem and taking the heads off and just making like a little bump. Now, I think that's a little bit dark in itself. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a little bit of the limonium just to bring a little bit of colour in there. So really with this limonium, you can split it down. So we'll just put a little bit. So I'm just really going to use my hands just to hold these and just bring it together. So I'm really nipping it with my fingers here. And just to hold that together, I've got this paper covered wire. So this is a product that's come from Oasis, and they call it bind wire. Essentially it's a wire with a paper wrap round it, but it's a very versatile thing to have. It's also quite environmental rather than plastic twine. So it's quite a good option. So I've just put that round a couple of times and then just twisted it off. And that's the great thing with the bind wire, is you can just twist it and that's it secure. And then I've just cut it. So we've just cut it short, and we can even take a little bit more off that. So I want this quite short, and then we can drop that into our next one. So we've got our second one. For our third one then, we could do a little mixed version. So it doesn't have to be one type of flower and one type only. So let's have a wee go at that. So we'll take a couple of wee bits of the limonium. Now I'm just going to move that out of the way. We'll have a thistle. So really bringing 3 elements together. So with this eustoma, we can split this down into little units and little heads. And really actually the thing with this is to be careful not to make too big a little bunch. So again, I'm just going to do that same technique of nipping the flowers together and making like a little hand tie actually. And with this limonium, we can make a little bit of a cluster. And the nice thing with the limonium is you get a little bit of variation in the buds. So I mean, that's the open flower, but the bud is giving us a different colour. And I think we just need to bring a little bit of colour around to this side as well. So again, what I'm going to do, just use this bind wire. So I'm just catching it in my finger, bringing that round. It's finding the end. And actually the thing with little dishes like this, when you've got your water, as long as things drop into the water, then it's fine. And we can just cut that off and drop that in. So what we've got there is we've got some quite cute little arrangements. Now, you could line these up in different ways. So we could literally go like this and have them down a table. We could use some other ones with some tea lights or candles as well. Or if you want, you could actually create them into a set and make them into one arrangement. So don't feel that you have to have a line of them. There's no reason why you can't use this like this. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you've enjoyed our lovely little containers. And if you want to keep up to date with all our videos, then click here to subscribe. And thank you for watching.